purpose and what it means to have purpose in your life.
Yes. Well, what does it mean in your life to have?
Well, first of all, to give your life, you have to give your life purpose. And you have to discover your truth in order to do that and walk in it. And your purpose will pretty much find you. You'll know what you're supposed to be doing. It'll come easy to you. It's natural, it's breathing, in my opinion.
Yes. And also comes through your experience because purpose comes through knowing how to create purpose in your life. Sometimes you don't know how or what your purpose is, but as long as you tap into the things that makes you happy, you'll likely find your purpose in this world by just doing the things that make you happy.
Facts.
So sometimes it doesn't come with a rap sheet of how it has to go this and this and this and this in order for that to be this. It's literally just how whatever floats your boat, whatever beat of your drum creates this purpose that needs to be created because only you can be able to do that. It's only gonna whatever creation comes out of your purpose is only gonna be we're only gonna be able to benefit off of it if you do it. Like or not even benefit it. It won't be where I'm trying to say. Um,
It's like, we all had dreams.
yeah,
So chase them. Like, it'll bring you joy and you live your life without having too many regrets. And, you know what I'm saying, you can find purpose in all of that.
right. I know finding purpose, it took a long time for me to find my purpose. And I know I had to wear a lot of masks to figure out, to even know that I was putting on these masks that affected my purpose in, or that basically affected how my purpose was going to even come about because I was delaying the parts of me that needed to be shown and be put out by hiding behind these multiple masks that the society and people have given to me to put on. It's like the moment you were born into this world, you know, your parents that had you may not have had the knowledge and wisdom to give you necessary tools to grow and experience the things that you can experience, but instead they give you the mask that was passed down to them to give to you so that you can live on the way they want you to live, but that's not your purpose. Your purpose is yours and yours alone.
Facts.
So that's basically what I was just getting to is your purpose is whatever you feel that makes you happy. And your happiness also makes the world go round just as well. And you don't know how many lives you could affect just by doing the things that make you happy. Because I know I enjoy seeing other people happy. When it's just a good thing to see and feel, and witness that joy in someone else that happiness still exists, that it's still out there, that they created happiness when happiness didn't seem to be around. So your purpose is within your wants and your needs, and if you want to truly be happy in this world, you have to step into your purpose, and your purpose could just be something regular. It doesn't have to be grand. It's just what is it that you could do that you need to do that will help you become the best version of yourself.
Yeah, most definitely.
So your purpose would only mean one thing, and that is to trust yourself, go through your experience, and find out what it is that your purpose is. And a lot of people don't know what their purpose is, and some people do.
I like to think I've rediscovered my purpose every day.
You might have
Like,
multiple purposes.
yeah, just that's what I mean. Like, just by when I get up and I might run into certain people, and just because I chose to be happy. You know what I'm saying? And I was putting out good positive energy, and then when I saw these people, you know what I'm saying, I gave them that energy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it helped them or not, but I like to think so. I like to think that was my purpose. It was my purpose to run into them and give them some positive energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Your
maybe they
purpose
needed
is,
it.
yeah, that happiness happiness in yourself is helping others be happy with themselves. You know, there are a lot of people who can't project on you because, you know, they are mad that you can experience happiness and they don't have that experience in themselves. But they'll, if they only took the time to read the book that you were giving, that book that you're presenting to the world, because sometimes you may be an open book to others if they're choosing to even read the pages that you created. And it's like, if they only knew what it took for you to even walk into the purpose that you're in, they wouldn't judge you so quickly based off where you're at now. So it's like people see you now and there, and happiness is a rare seed. It's not as rare as it comes, but it comes by making the choice every day to be happy. So that happiness as a co-factor in becoming and stepping into the purpose that you're meant to be in. So I would say, you know, your purpose is yours alone, and you will only find out through your own, you know, what it is that you are.
Your own experience. You have to definitely get with yourself.
And
you know what I'm saying? Ask yourself some real questions.
Yeah, be honest with yourself. You know.
And you'll figure it out. Like, it'll come to you. It'll be easy as breathing. I'm telling you.
Yes. And you know, I have to say, from my own experience, I figure my purpose is where I'm at right now, doing what I'm doing now. Because what I'm doing not only helps others, but it helps me, and it helps me reflect on what I need to be said, that what needs to be said, so that even later I can hear my own advice to my own self. Because I always know that me stepping into my purpose is helping my higher self develop their self. Like, this version of me now is accepting and stepping and following and trusting and being guided is my purpose. I'm in my purpose as I speak because I'm creating the things that make me happy. And not only does it make me happy, it brings clarity and it brings peace and it brings other things to other people just by me choosing to do things that I love. And I love helping others just by helping them feel more comfortable or not really feeling less of themselves because of what they've been through. Because we've all been through things in our life and we feel a little shame for how we had to go through and overcome some things. But that's a part of your life and that's part of your purpose, because your purpose is going to help others that need that advice that needs to be given based off your experience that you had to go through. So I know one day I was watching this video where this lady, she was saying how she was walking down the street and she was jogging, and all of a sudden, I guess a stray dog or some type of wolf, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it was a dog that was kind of highly dangerous, and it attacked her while she was jogging. And it was in an area where the kids were at, where they all ride the bus and would wait for the bus. And the way she looked at it was she was grateful that it was her that got bit, not somebody's child. And she was like, she chose her happiness over the situation. And it was a powerful message with itself, because it's like, you know, your purpose could be just being in that moment, and all you needed to do was just be there at the right time at the right place. And maybe, yes, you may have gotten hurt, but you didn't die, and you took that hurt and transmuted it to something positive. And by you doing that, it could create a ripple effect of the next thing that is to come.
Yeah, looking at it like that, maybe one of those children would have died from a vicious attack from that dog.
Yes.
Maybe it had to be an adult.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You was there to survive. Like, the attack was gonna happen.
Yes.
One way or the other.
But the person who needed to be attacked was its own chance by a choice that was made prior to that even happening. And it's like, that's why you think you're making a choice that nobody can relate to or something like that, but then you find yourself later on going, oh wow, that choice I made earlier led up to me saving a child's life. And that's why it's important to trust your intuition and trust yourself. Right. And not allow others to lead you off your path, because your path is allowing you to save yourself and others.
Right. And when things don't go as planned, or they go left, so to speak, you know what I'm saying, don't get discouraged. You got to learn the lesson in that.
Yeah, it could be a divine intervention.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and don't have a negative mindset about it. And then, because if you do, you lose yourself in that and lose your purpose. You won't find your purpose. You'll just be lost in the negative
Yeah.
about the situation instead of learning the lesson and applying the knowledge that you gain from that and moving forward.
It's like being put in a hole and not knowing how to get out, but knowing that you have the tools to learn how to get out. But the whole thing is, yeah, your purpose is to get out, but how are you going to reach that purpose? How are you going to bend that bridge to reach that goal that you already know that you're set for to do? So it's like everybody is actually kind of put in the hole when you kind of think of it in a way, and everybody has to figure out how to use their own way, their own time, their own way of thinking, and their experience to get out of their hole that they were placed in. Because their hole doesn't define them, the hole keeps them in a place, complacent place, it keeps them in a mindset. But when you actually start to see the light that's being shined from places that are known but unknown, you know that it's a good feeling, but you don't know where it comes from. So you have to learn that going up is the only way. So it's like as long as I go up and move forward, that's gonna always lead me into my purpose.
Legitimate.
So being placed here doesn't necessarily have to be my home. I don't have to stay here. I can use that time to think and meditate and figure out how to get myself out of things. Because
Right.
people choose to be in their misery. Because misery loves company. You know, but the sad part about it is when you go alone. So when you're out of this world, when your time comes, you're gonna go by yourself. You're not gonna have the company that you want to keep with you, to go with you. It's only gonna be you. So at the end of the day, why be miserable? Why choose to stay in a place where it's not going to benefit anybody? It's not
Right.
benefiting you.
You gotta learn to acknowledge and let go and move
Exactly.
forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like once you get stuck in that state of depression or that mindset, like you're gonna continuously get all the negative from that and stay in a constant circle, constant loop of the same thing with the same negative outcome.
Yeah, it's
Because
like
you're approaching it with the same negative mindset that you had the first time you went through it.
yes. I think of that. Like imagine trying to climb out through a muddy wall that's constant, and you're in this state. There's a different way to use to get out, but instead you're trying to go that one way because that's the way you think it's best. But really, you have tools to help build your way to that top. But instead, your ego may get in the way, and you may get a lot more. Get a lot less done with more work that you're trying to put in. When really things are supposed to be a lot simpler if you actually take the time to observe and see what it is that you're placed in and how you need to get out of it. You know, because when fear comes into place, you'll be the person scrubbing and trying to get out. But when you're actually complacent and you actually see and you sit with yourself and you see what it is that it takes to get there, you'll see there are bricks and sticks and tools to help you get up out of there slowly but surely. You know, sometimes it don't take a quick one try to get there. It takes multiple tries. It takes building. It takes time to get yourself and building the strength that you need within to even get up out of there. So, you know, you never should judge someone for being in the place that they're in. You just allow them to be themselves and learn from their experience.
Facts.
You learn from yours and you observe theirs. You know, you don't take in what they have. You just observe and you move forward with what it is that you need to learn from within that situation.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah, applied knowledge is power.
Yes.
Not just knowledge, applied knowledge.
Yes.
So whatever you learn, whatever information you take in, you know what I'm saying, you have to apply that knowledge.
Yes.
And that'll lead you down, you know, the way you're supposed to be going towards your purpose. You'll be walking in your purpose, probably without even knowing.
Exactly. I think that's probably most of the time when you don't know you've always been your purpose, even when you think you're not. It's just the purpose is knowing that no matter what, you're always going to reach your destination as long as you believe it.
Right.
You know, because when there's a will, there's a way. And that will can be as strong as you make it, as strong as you let it, as strong as you choose it to be. You know, you
Right.
can't allow people to take your willpower from you. And there will be trials and tribulations that are going to test
It's
you.
always
to try
going to be
keep
trials
you.
and tribulations.
Yeah, because they want to keep you from your power. They want to keep you from reaching that goal that you're meant to reach. So you have to realize that your purpose is doing what you need to do for yourself within itself.
Right, and that's the challenge. Like, that's the challenge that you must face head on. It's always going to be something.
Yes.
But you gotta think about, use all your experience. It's just like playing a game. You got experience points. Like you go through so many battles, so many trials and tribulations, you gain experience points. And on a lot of RPG games and MMORPG games, you can spend those experience points on skills and abilities and everything. But this is just an analogy for applied knowledge. You've been through a lot, you've experienced a lot. Use all of that knowledge. You've seen whatever it is you're going through now, you've seen it before. You know what I mean? It's just, it was under a different guise, but you've seen it before. You just got to approach it with a different mindset than you had before, and therefore you get a different outcome.
Always know that perception that you see is a lesson in itself, because how you see it may be a way to learn from how what it is that you see and how it is that outcome is. It's like, okay, now I see that my mindset of seeing it this way turns out to be that. So by me seeing it and learning from what it is that I need to change within those that perception that I was stuck with, I changed my perception by changing my mindset. And when you change your mindset, you know all the things that you've had, all the lessons that you've gained from not knowing, you become aware and you learn to apply that knowledge and that wisdom and things that you went through to make better decisions and continue once again to walk in your purpose. So, you know, once again, the whole message of the purpose is your own in itself. What is your purpose to you? What is it that makes you thrive? What is it that ignites that fire within you to make you want to go, make you want to move? And why is it that you are letting someone else or something burn or tame or put out that fire? What is it that is inside you that you are not allowing to keep your fire lit?
Like nothing outside of you should dim your light, your internal light. So you should not let anything outside of you dim your light.
And you know, finding your finding your purpose comes with going within and doing the shadow work as well. It's literally levels to this shit when it comes to finding out who you are. Because when you find out who you are, it's part of your purpose. Because once you see who you are, who you're truly meant to be, you finally step into the version that no one has ever seen, and not even you yourself.
Right.
And you become this powerful being because now you know you're unstoppable, because there's nothing or no one that can take that feeling away from you, because you finally know who you are, what you stand on, and you keep it, and you stand 10 toes down on what it is that you know. And once that is in place, you know you can't move. You can't move. No one can move from your spot.
Right. Like you being true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And don't get outside forces to trick you out your spot right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's only if you allow that to happen, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Can't nobody move you out your spot but you.
That they made me think about what we talked about in the last episode when I was talking about the judgments. Like, you're allowing people to judge you and make you give you a place in where they want to put you. But even then, you shouldn't put yourself, your spiritual value, your whole meaning, you shouldn't allow that to be where you place them. Like, they'll place you here, but really, where do you place yourself mentally and spiritually? Like, yes, in the physical 3D realm, they put you in this place, but really, in the 5D realm, in the up, you're placed in another position where, you're above the physical, materialistic part of things. You're in a higher mind space. You're in a higher place of creating what is best for you and stepping into your purpose.
Right. And that comes with knowing yourself, being true to yourself, and holding yourself accountable. And like you were saying, where do you see yourself versus where everybody else see you? If you hold yourself in a high regard and you stand on that, and then that's what it's gonna be. Mm-hmm. Like that's all there is to it. That's where your purpose lies. Like wherever you hold yourself at and you stand on that, and you all constantly move forward. That's your higher self.
Sometimes I have to admit, though, growing up, it makes it hard if you've had a hard childhood to even discover your purpose, because even through the things that you've been through, you don't know that is a part of your purpose, and it's leading you to this version that you're going to be, that you already are, but are going to be even more later. And I go on to say, I always love to reference certain things. Like me, I'm an anime fan, and one of my favorite animes is One Piece, and I could use One Piece for a lot of examples to help people understand, like a level of understanding to help comprehend what it is that I'm coming from. And if you've seen the episode where Inosuke was becoming, he had a purpose that he didn't know was always going to be his purpose. And it's sad he had to have a tragic upbringing because he had lost both his parents, and both his parents were well-known people and very powerful at that and strong. And he was looked at as as having those type of spirits within him. But even though he had that buried inside of him, he had the trauma that he went through buried on top of that. So him finding his purpose was a hard place to unbury because he was a young boy, and two, he had to be forced into a position in a place where he was way out of his time and way out of his knowing of how to even do things. And by him allowing himself to accept what it is that he had to be, because it was already going to be, because he already knew even when they were alive who he was meant to be. It's just he thought he had more time to become that, and sometimes time is short, and our purpose is it comes um, at a short notice, and now you're forced to become this version of who you need to be because life didn't give you that option to take a longer route. Instead, it gave you the shorter route. I mean, and said, "Hey, yeah, this has to happen now. It's not going to happen later."
And sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes that's exactly what you need.
Yes, and he needed that, and it's he's lucky that the time that his life was spared because of his image and who he was and what he looked like at the time. He wasn't a threat, and that is why you know you see children now go through the worst because some people can see the greatness in them and they choose to treat them and mistreat them to try to knock them off their purpose, because even at the young age they still have a strong will and they just want to take it from them. And because
rob them of their innocence.
Yeah, and that's the whole goal, is to take their innocence from the child. And that's why I love One Piece so much, because it has so many ways. Anime period just has a way of just giving you the truth in a way that you can enjoy the show and also get a lesson from it at the same time.
Facts.
Because even him turning to eating the fruit, going through all that stuff, traveling, trying to find his way, getting captured by someone who was experimenting in his town, being forced to eat a fruit that was, that turned him into a dragon, and, but that dragon eventually made him become of himself even more. Everything that led up to his life and everything that he went through was part of his purpose.
Right.
So that's why I can always say, your purpose can be a tough road, but I promise you, even a diamond has to be polished and shaped to get to be
it
to
takes
be a
lot
diamond.
of heat and a lot of pressure to even make a diamond.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you never know what a diamond had to go through to get there first, because a diamond in the rough is a hard place to find.
It's a very hard thing to find, a diamond in the rough, for real.
Because sometimes, you guys, I consider myself a diamond in the rough, because even at times I didn't know I was in a place, I didn't know I had this purpose or this strength in me until the strength had to be forced out of me when I wasn't ready, but I had to be forced to be ready, and that's life. And I'm grateful for the experience, and I'm grateful for the lesson, because now that part of me happened, it moved me right into the place that I need to be and into the purpose that I'm walking in at this moment. So,
legitimate. Like everything, I'm grateful for everything that I've been through, because it helped, shape me into the man I am, the way I think, the way I move, everything. Like everything I've been through, I learned lessons. I went through, some traumas, some things I had to heal from, things I had to deal with, things I didn't even know were traumas or triggers, so to speak. But yeah, it was, but it taught me a lot, and it allowed me to grow from that and to be doing what I'm doing today, like things that I love to do, like sit here, talk to you guys about my life experiences and things I've learned and what I've been through, which I think this is my purpose. in the other things that I do. I make with the music I make and the other projects I got on the way.
That's why you gotta know. All I got to say is I'm a jack of all trades, and your purpose doesn't have to be one thing. Your purpose is doing all things.
Anything, whatever you feel,
Do
whatever
things
makes you
that
happy.
make you happy. Do things that allow you to learn and experience. Do things that give you the tools that you need to move on to the next thing, the next level that you need to overcome to become and be.
All right. So that's what it's about: growth and development.
Growth and development. So with that being said, you guys,
As always, she gonna keep it spiritual. I'm gonna keep it lyrical. Be cool how you be cool. Be you and be true.
remember that you have a purpose. No matter where you are at in life, you are the purpose, and all you have to do is find that light that everyone around you tries to dim, and re-spark that flame within yourself by doing what makes you happy. That's all I got to say about that. And we'll catch you guys on another episode of Dropping Gems 252.
Peace.